I think it's the teamwork that goes into it and seeing how everybody just pulls together to make this all work. And the results are quite amazing.
I think the most rewarding thing is knowing that we're making a difference. And, at any of our events at any given time, we'll have somebody who's been affected by cancer come up to one of us and thank us for what we're doing. And it's so humbling and it's so inspirational to see those people out there who we're making a difference for every day. And hopefully down the road, people won't have to suffer through being affected by cancer.
The most rewarding part is being involved for a greater cause, spreading awareness. I have to say I didn't know much about breast cancer before Team Tatas.
The knowledge that you are providing hope and inspiration to others newly diagnosed, the contribution that we're making to research to make individuals diagnosed with cancers quality of life better, better treatments, a better success rate, better survival rates. But truly, I think it is the provision of hope. That I wasn't given a good prognosis and I'm still here, so I can provide that inspiration to people. I think that's the best thing. We were having a lot of fun. We had no money worries at that point finally in our lives and just coasting along, having a great time. Devastation, uncertainty, and fear, huge fear.
The entire process was tough, right? I mean, just the uncertainty and knowing what could happen, but not knowing what was going to happen. I think that was probably the toughest part for me.
They were all tough, some worse than others, obviously. The day that she went in for her initial surgery was extremely difficult, not knowing what the outcomes were going to be.
There's one day in particular that stands out in my mind that was probably the most difficult. My mom had started to lose her hair from the chemotherapy treatment, and her and I actually went to the hair salon. So Mom was she had turned away from the mirror and was facing me the entire time that the hairdresser was shaving her head, and that day was probably the day where it became really real.
The strength that I received from people I didn't even know, as well as obviously my friends and family, was I think that's what got me out of bed. There were some days I couldn't get out of bed. I was so sick. So I embraced every moment. My prognosis was not good. They told me I didn't have a great chance of survival. And so when you're told that, you grasp onto those special moments in your life because it's so precious.
Being her husband, it was extremely difficult. I think one of the toughest parts was when she was diagnosed and we were sitting in the doctor's office and the words, "You have cancer," and we were absolutely devastated. And we knew at that time our whole lives were going to change.
I was there for support whenever it was asked, but obviously you feel for anybody who's going through suffering like that, you wouldn't want to wish it on anybody, and so in some ways you take some of the pain as well.
It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, for sure. It was very, very emotional time for our family.
April 22nd, 2005, I underwent a modified radical bilateral mastectomy, as well as a complete ancillary node dissection on my left side, which was extensive surgery. I was in hospital for almost 2 weeks afterwards. In June of 2005, I started my chemotherapy treatment, aptly named FEC. And I continued on with that treatment until January of 2006. I considered myself breast cancer free the day I had my surgery. I felt like I had, taken some fairly bold moves against such an aggressive beast. And I was told by a number of people that I needed to believe that I was cancer free and that I would remain cancer free. And I adopted that attitude and, marched forward. My one daughter suggested that we participate in the 60-kilometer Weekend to End Breast Cancer here in Calgary. I had a friend of a friend participate in the Vancouver weekend walk, and she had put my name on her hat while she walked the 60 kilometers while I was going through my chemo. And I got such a great amount of strength from that, knowing that someone I didn't even really know was pulling for me, that I thought, hey, I want to do that. I want to do that for someone else. And so I agreed to do the 60-kilometer walk. We formed Team Tatas, and we walked in the Weekend to End Breast Cancer, Women's Cancers for 6 years, the total of 360 kilometers, and raised an amazing amount of money. And the Alberta Cancer Foundation approached us once the walk had culminated and asked if we wanted to continue partnering with them, and so we did that, and we have now been raising money for the Alberta Cancer Foundation for, this will be our 11th year.
The first year that we walked, to be honest, we cried for 60 kilometers that year. It was very symbolic, I felt, of the struggle that she had just been through, because you'd be walking down the road and thinking, I can't walk another kilometer, there's no way. And then you would see a little old man with a sign saying, thank you for doing this, my wife just passed away. That just gives you the energy to keep going, and it's just that perseverance through the struggle of the walk that I think is very symbolic to the struggle that cancer survivors go through when they go through their treatment.
We had a woman pass us, and she was going through chemotherapy, and she was trekking along as we're, our feet have blisters on them, and sun's beating down on us, and the three of us grabbed each other's hands and encouraged each other to cross the finish line. And I think I will never forget that day.
Well, my mom was diagnosed with the same triple negative breast cancer Kathy was diagnosed with. Usually when you're diagnosed with cancer, you would outsource and find people to support you. It was just an easy transition with my family from Team Tatas to help support my family at home, and that really helped us get through. Kathy was there to help support her family. So just that support was amazing with Kathy. It was something we really needed.
I don't really know if I have a favorite memory with her. I have a lifetime full of memories with her, and as sappy as this may sound, I cherish every memory with my mom, because I, at one point in my time in my life, had no idea if we would ever have another one together.
Just the thank you she gives me. She's the one that really should be thanked, the amount that she does for Team Tatas and just for everybody affected by cancer in Alberta. But she takes the time out to thank you after you do one little thing. That's the biggest reward and biggest thing that I find with working with her. Just excited to see the team grow, continue to make a difference. Last year we had 2 riders as Team Tatas. This year we're up to 8 riders. Just means we're affecting more people, we're touching more lives, and hopefully making a difference.
Just to continue to raise money for the greatest cause so that other people don't have to suffer like we did.
Well, to see it continue and to spread and grow and to continue to help wherever it's needed.
The inspiration to others to jump in and step up. I think that's why I'm still here, because someone stepped up before me. And I feel like it's my turn, and my turn includes inspiring others to join me, because individually we can do very little, but together we can do so much. Well, I believe we're at $690,000 as of today.
I think it represents hope and inspiration. By having my mom spearhead Team Tatas, I think that it showcases to other people who have been affected by cancer that, you know, it doesn't need to be the end when you're diagnosed, that you can fight and you can beat cancer.
Hope. It's hope for other people. That's, to me, is what it's all about.
Hope, generosity, commitment, love. Probably family is one of the biggest. You know, it's such a tight group of people committed to reaching one goal, and that's finding a cure for cancer.
Family, strength, unity, just a community that embraces everyone.
Strength, I would say. Just seeing that in my mom, and then providing that support network and that strength for others facing cancer. Not only with the funds we raise, but with the awareness that we raise as well.
There's many different ways. Right here in Alberta, there are two really big fundraisers. One is the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer, and the other one is the One Walk to Conquer Cancer. And you just need to search that online, and you can sign up. There's all sorts of support in terms of fundraising and whatnot, and it doesn't take a lot. It's every little bit helps.